leads by about 3 lengths here.
You can't beat him no matter what you do. Bo Rogue comes away, wins by 2.5 lengths plus Equine. To go, Bo Rogue's got it when he's walked in. Mick Braille's got this horse fit. Bo Rogue's now 6.
Bo Rogue has been in front from the start.
He's pulling out everything, Bo Rogue. He's got Groucho beaten Bo Rogue.
And the good news is that Queensland hero, Bo Rogue,
and Lynlea Small waving the whip at Bo Rogue. He leads by about 3 lengths here. Our Poetic Prince going up on the outside of Dandy.
The whole idea behind the book is to not just write a true account, but to take people back to that time. And to do that, you actually have to have these paper clippings and say, this is what was said, this is what was going on at the time. And I think that brings the story, the truth of the story.
Oh, she's done a magnificent job putting it together. I've heard the book in different stages as she was writing it, and it's a fantastic job. Just more Lynlea's idea to have something to for people to know a few things that most people don't know. And even along the way, she found out a few things she didn't know.
They had a horse that at first sight, it's like, that can't possibly be my horse.
If we would have seen him, we wouldn't have brought him.
Why's that?
Well, he never looked real brilliant. He was an ugly duckling, you know.
You know, he was by a maidener out of a maidener, and they took on the very best in the country.
Bo Rogue's still a length in front. Better loosen up, can't get him. Bo Rogue's hanging on, he'll make it back to back. He is a champion. He's done what early champions.
That's the fairy tale of this story as well, and I do think that that's why the public loved them, I should say. It wasn't just so much that he was such a great racehorse. It was that just he destroyed the opposition.
Andy shakes up Bo Rogue with 100 metres to go. It's a walk, trot and canter for Bo Rogue. Here's win number 21. The Bo Rogue show keeps rolling along. Bo scores easily from Superimpose.
The sport of kings was no longer the sport of kings. The sport of kings was now open to everybody, as it is today. You know, you see these fantastic horses, they pay $1,000 for them, and the horse they paid $6 million for doesn't get a look in, and I think that's why people love racing.
He helped me along the way, like helped us build a nice home, and I suppose made my name well known throughout the racing industry. Whenever anyone mentions Bo Rogue, they sort of remember who rode him, more so than a lot of other horses which have a lot of different riders on, but I was very fortunate. We miss him, really, but I still catch up with Jeff all the time, but we reminisce about him all the time. We've got photographs here, there and everywhere, and painting behind me. You always think of it like that's our pride and joy in the household, except for the kids and that sort of thing. It's a masterpiece painted by a great artist who's no longer with us either, but yeah, very enjoyable to look at it every day.
He sort of walked out of the sand roll, he knew, he just run away on me, and I grabbed him by the tail, and he just sort of pulled me straight out of the sand roll, and I said, gee, this horse has got a few brains. And I think I just fell in love with him from there.
No, very lucky to get a horse of visibility, that's for sure. When you first start, and then like when you get a horse of visibility and you know what he's done, you soon become, what would you say, a lot more knowledgeable of the horse racing industry, yeah, that's for sure.
A great privilege to be his rider most of the time. We travelled far and wide. We won a Group 1 race in Sydney, and he's won the Winfield Stakes in Perth, and so we travelled far and wide, and he got beaten at Moorlambar Improvers early days. So
yeah, look, I'd really love to find somebody, a publisher, to come on board with me. Like, not only do I have the book, which I believe is really where it needs to be now, we've got some fantastic photos, like private personal photos that we have that have never been published, and Debbie's given me some as well, which is just spectacular. And I think that authenticates the book, and it authenticates the team. You know, this was a team that did everything together with that horse. You know, they had each other's backs.
About 2 lengths in front of Better Loosen Up, Superimpose. Bo Rogue with 100 to go by a length. He's holding them at bay. The Rogue will win his second in a row. Bo Rogue wins at a length. Better Loosen Up. Superimpose is third, 3/4 of a length away.